You know, I
Very,
just discovered that Bootleg Gizzard is on Spotify. I didn't know some of the bootlegs were on Spotify till recently.
I think it's quite new. I don't
Is it
use
new?
Spotify. I think it
Mm,
has like a couple of months. I know they weren't
okay.
there before, but how much time they have in Spotify, I don't really know.
Well, I was mad when I found out about it. 'Cause I'm like, I would have loved this, man, because it's great. I was able to add. So I'd love to add stuff to playlists and keep it organized.
Here's a question for
Yeah.
you. What's your favorite King Gizzard bootleg?
Oof. Well, I mean, live at Red Rocks. I mean, if I if I
I
can't
mean,
pick that one,
okay. Of course, it's Dial at Red Rocks, but that's unfair because that's
right?
8+ hours of music.
Yeah, that's like
Let's
saying my favorite dish is buffet. Like,
Okay, exactly. Yes,
right?
it doesn't count. So let's ignore Red Rocks and let's ignore Chicago.
Okay.
Which one would you say is your favorite?
See, I need to listen to Teenage Gizzard. I'm going through the bootleg Gizzard. There's some bootlegs I haven't listened to. You
Okay.
know, but Chunky Shrapnel's not considered a bootleg, is it?
No, no, that's unofficial. That's not even considered a live album. It's a soundtrack album.
Right.
Hmm.
You're making it tough for me here. I'm gonna have to really think about this one. Oh,
I
buddy.
mean, you know which one's great, but it's not a bootleg. Live in San Francisco.
Ooh, I did.
But
Man, this is hard.
yes.
I haven't heard the new Live in Chicago either.
Oh
Um,
man, you need to listen to Live in Chicago. It's amazing.
yeah,
I
and
believe that the combination of Red Rocks and Chicago it's perfect. I mean, that's like what 12 hours of music, but there's many songs in Chicago that they don't play in Red Rocks, and there's many songs in Red Rocks that they don't play in Chicago, so they complement very well.
hmm Is that the first time Motor Spirit was played on a record live version of Motor Spirit? I just noticed that too. A lot
Yes,
of stuff from PDA. Nothing from Silver
yes.
Cord. I
No,
don't
no,
think
it
yet.
came out
Yeah,
before Silver Cord. There's
right.
many stuff from Changes, from they play Hypertension from
Oh
Laminated
yeah.
Denim.
Oh, I
Very,
oh
very.
I did watch. I caught part of the Live in the Cavern live stream thing that it was like a paid thing. It was like a $20 live stream ticket. I did watch that, and I
Oh,
loved
nice.
that.
I
And
didn't know about it.
I heard Hypertension for the first time live through that live stream, and that was
Okay,
amazing. Yeah.
that's
The
another question I had to you. Have you ever seen
Okay.
King Gizzard
No,
live? My dude, what are you doing?
they're
You
coming to like 10 minutes from me,
you
like a
live
year from now. So.
you live in America, and
Oh
they
man, I
they
know.
they just announced like a ton of shows in
hmm
United States. I mean, they
hmm
have like only 3 shows here in Latin America, and I'm going to Colombia
Wow,
just
how
to see
far is
them.
that from you?
A 2 hour flight,
Okay, but you do have to
but
fly, so
yeah, it's
that is a
another
little.
country.
Yeah.
I mean, my father is Colombian, and all my family
Oh,
from
cool.
my parents. So there's no issue there, but it's still flying to another country just to see.
Right.
Well, it's a festival. It's not just King Gizzard. It's Blink-182, Paramore, uh, Arcade Fire,
Mm.
The Offspring. Many bands I don't really listen to anymore, but Limp Bizkit. But dude, I just pay for the festival, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch
Okay.
as
Okay.
much as I can.
Right. Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I got to answer your question. What's my favorite Giz bootleg? You're
Okay.
wearing the Milwaukee 19 shirt.
Yes,
I
it is.
mean,
It's very good.
that has a lot of songs from this that are on Chunky Shrapnel. So I really would. I mean, is it fair to call it my favorite? Because Chunky Shrapnel's like I went and saw that with my dad. We went and saw they had a screening of it at a theater here in
Nice. You catch it
Cincinnati.
on theater,
We watched it. Dad had never
dude.
heard King Giz. I got to take my dad to King Giz. He experienced it for the first time with me, going in
That's
blind. The two drummers.
that's
When
so
Eric was in the
awesome.
band at Chunky. Oh yeah, just such a memorable time in a room
And
full of Giz heads, all vibing out. That was fun.
And that medley at the end, brief history of planet Earth. That's so King Gizzard.
Yeah, it really was a
So
good sampler. Dad was like, "Are they a metal band?" Like he started asking me that right after that. I was like, "No."
And they had Stonefield in the show as well, I believe.
Ooh,
It's another flightless band. It's a group of women that plays doom metal, doom rock, stoner rock.
Are you talking about the ones who came in at the end of the show and did the
Yes,
encore? Yeah,
exactly.
I love that. It was so fun. Just
Very
that
good.
whole experience. So, I mean, Live at Milwaukee has a lot of songs from Chunky Shrapnel.
Many songs from Infest because it was like the latest album at that time.
Right, which would make sense why. And then there were a lot of people in the room when I went to see Chunky Shrapnel that were wearing, metal band shirts, stuff like that, and just a lot of metalheads showing out at the time. I wonder if that really boosts King Gizzard's sort of fan base, just putting out that album, that metal album. I tend to think it did because
yes, I believe so as well. I believe the biggest spikes were, which I have noticed, where King Gizzard gained a lot of fans were obviously first one, Non-Agon Infinity. That's where I entered to the chat, and I believe
you opened the door. Yep.
Yeah, an amazing album. The next one was shortly after, with the run of 2017 albums, Murder of the Universe, Flying Microtonal, Polygon 1, and many fan favorite albums. And the next one is indeed Infest, the Rat's Nest.
Yeah.
And the latest one has been Petrodragonic, obviously.
Yeah, isn't it so interesting how they've done it? They did Petrodragonic, Apocalypse, Silver Cord. Similar but opposing sounds. Similar in concept and connected. And then Fishing for Fishies and Infest, which I don't know. Maybe there's some similar themes too of like nuclear apocalypse or like the planet's dying themes in both Fishing for Fishies and Infest in some ways.
It's been nuclear apocalypse since Flying Microtonal.
That's true. KG and LW, same idea. That's true.
Very, very great albums, man. Can see these are all the cassettes, the King Gizzard cassettes.
Nice. How many do you have?
Everyone except Chunky Shrapnel. Every official King Gizzard cassette, the ones that they sold through Gizverse. And there's from the first EP all the way to Omnium Gathering.
That's sick.
Yes.
That's so sick. I started collecting him and I got a little bored because I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna be able to find him, and I gave up. I'm kind of mad. That's so sick that you got him though.